A little planning and following a few basic steps can help ensure getting the most over-the-air TV stations possible. There are 3 basic steps. Find towers in your area so you know what you can get and where to point your antenna. Factor in cable loss to determine if an amplifier is needed. And finally, tune all televisions on the antenna cable. First thing to do is survey local broadcast towers. Use the TV broadcast tower locator to find stations in your area. From the tower locator data, note the angle of the tower for antenna pointing. Note the frequency band for selecting an antenna. Note signal levels to help determine if cable loss is a concern. And look for terrain interference based on the line of sight from the tower to the receive antenna. A quick tour of the tower locator. You can enter your address and click the Put Address button to load your coordinates into the form, or you can enter coordinates directly. Then click the Find Towers button. The range rings are spaced 10 miles apart. Map view and options can be customized. Roll your pointer over the tower icon to display basic information. Click on the tower icon to display more information and the terrain layout. This tower has an elevation of 586 meters MSL, above mean sea level, well above terrain all the way to the receive antenna. This station is obstructed by close terrain. See what the terrain elevation is around 20 miles away. Just over 180 meters. At 10 miles. A few miles away, the terrain elevation is almost 180 meters. That's almost 50 meters, almost 160 feet above the receive antenna ground elevation. Click the vector line to remove it from the map. Scroll down to see a summary of map options. Below that is a summary of all channels found by the locator. Click the column headers to sort the table. The closest tower is about 9 miles away. The most distant tower is just over 40 miles. The strongest signals, 4 bars, should be strong enough to be received by an indoor antenna in most cases. A preamp may pull in a few more stations. These are the weakest signals, marked towers blocked by terrain or not of interest. The 2 weakest signals should come in good for a relatively short cable to a single TV, but may need an amplifier for splitters and long runs. After that, all the stations come in strong enough, minus 52 dBm or greater, to run a cable to 4 or 5 televisions. Below the table is a summary of total RF channels, power class, and frequency band. Scroll down for a list of subchannels found and a detailed explanation of the summary table headers. Factor in cable loss. Concentrate on the cable run with the most loss, the most splitters, and the longest cable. Add up the lengths of the cable segments and count the hardware. The signal to the television can be estimated from this data and your antenna gain. Few manufacturers publish antenna gain, but it can be estimated within reason. Use the calculator on the webpage shown to estimate signal to television. In the calculator, selecting the frequency band is usually close enough, but the RF channel can also be used. The weakest signal of interest available to the antenna is RF channel 16, a UHF signal at at minus 52 dBm. In this example installation, the antenna gain is around 10 dBi. Enter the cable length and hardware data. Click Calculate. The signal to the television is estimated to be minus 58 dBm, or 12%, a good signal. All TVs on the antenna cable should have no problem receiving this or stronger channels. Antenna gain needed can be estimated from the same data. Scroll up to the calculator and enter the data. The result is an antenna gain of 3 dBi is needed. It's a good idea to pad the estimate 3 to 6 dB, resulting in an antenna gain of 6 to 9 dBi. Once everything is hooked up, you will need to do a channel search on each television. The procedure is basically the same for all TVs. In the TV's menu, look for a channel category or something like that. In that category, look for cable and over air or something like that. Select over air. It might be called air or over the air. Then select auto scan. This might be called channel search or something like that. It generally takes several minutes to complete a search. Go back to the menu and channel category to check signal strength for all channels. Adjust the antenna pointing angle if necessary.